So next, starting with exercise 10.2, the very first question is compute the magnitude of the following vectors. Yesterday I told you if you are to find the magnitude of any vector, just do the under root of coefficient of I cap whole square plus coefficient of j cap whole square plus coefficient of k cap whole square. So magnitude of A will be mod A under root of coefficient of I cap whole square, j cap whole square, k cap whole square. That means this is 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is equal to under root of 3. Similarly, magnitude of B, that means B mod, is equal to under root of, don't apply shortcuts, you have to write it properly, coefficient of I cap square plus coefficient of j cap square plus coefficient of k cap square. So this is 4 plus 49 plus 9, which is equal to 13 plus 49, that means under root of 62. So next is C part. The vector is I cap upon root 3 plus j cap upon root 3 plus k cap upon root 3. This is negative sign. So if we are to find the mod of C, that means under root of coefficient of I cap, that means 1 by root 3 square, coefficient of j cap 1 by root 3 square, coefficient of k cap, that is minus 1 by root 3 square. So this is under root of, now square of 1 is 1 and square of root 3 is 3 because square cancels with root. So this is 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3. That means this is equal to under root of 3 by 3 on taking LCM. That means under root of 1, which is equal to 1. So you have to be very careful with the signs also, right? And if you are to find magnitude, write down the proper steps. Don't just write the direct answer, right? Next is question number 2. Write two different vectors having same magnitude. So you are to write any two vectors, A vector and B vector, those who are having same magnitude. That means mod needs to be same. Now you know that mod is same for the numbers having opposite signs, because square of 2 is also 4 and square of minus 2 is also 4. So let us suppose a vector A vector I cap plus j cap plus 2k cap and a vector B vector. You can just change the signs. Either you can change one sign, you can change the sign of two numbers, or you can say change the sign of all the three. So this is I cap plus j cap minus 2k cap. Now when you will calculate A magnitude, this will be 1 square plus 1 square plus 2 square. So this is 1 plus 1 2 plus 4, that means under root of 6. If you calculate magnitude of B, this is under root of, so this will be under root of 1 square plus 1 square plus minus 2 square. So this will be 1 plus 1 plus 4, that means under root of 6. So magnitude is same in both the cases. Next is question number 3. Write two different vectors having same direction. If you have to write the vectors having same direction, that means let A is equal to 5 I cap and B vector is equal to 7 I cap. Now I cap is a vector, unit vector of x-axis, so both are moving in same direction. Either you can write j cap or you can write k cap. Constant you may vary, right? So next is question number 4. Find the value of x and y so that the vectors are equal. First of all, look at the attemptation. Let us suppose the first vector A vector equal to 2 I cap plus 3 j cap, B vector equal to x I cap plus y j cap. Then given condition is that A vector is equal to B vector. If A and B are equal, that means 2 I cap plus 3 j cap is equal to x I cap plus y j cap. Now if two vectors are equal, that means the like terms on both the sides are equal. So first of all, comparing coefficients of I cap, x is equal to 2. Then comparing the coefficients of j cap, y is equal to 3. So x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3 is the required value. Okay, next is question number 5. Question number 5 is find the scalar and vector components of the vector with initial point 2, 1 and terminal point or final point is minus 5, 7. So first of all, we need to find the AB vector, and formula for AB vector is terminal point minus initial point. That means PV means position vector of B minus position vector of A. So this is position vector of B means you have to write it with proper components. Position vector I cap, J cap and K cap. But in this question only X and Y coordinates are given. So we'll be writing I cap and J cap. This is minus 5 I cap plus 7 J cap minus position vector of A will be 2 I cap plus J cap. Now this is minus 5 I cap minus 2 I cap plus 7 J cap minus J cap. That means minus 7 I cap plus 6 J cap. So up to this I have only found AB vector. The question was to find the scalar components and the vector components. So the scalar components, that means the constants are minus 7 and 6. Vector components are I cap and J cap. So next is question number 6. A vector, B vector, C vector are given and you have to find the sum of the vectors. So first of all, A vector plus B vector plus C vector. Again I am saying time and again, don't use shortcuts. Don't write directly this is I cap minus 2 I cap, that means minus I cap plus I cap, this is 0 I cap. Or don't add directly, you have to attempt this question properly, right? So this will be A vector, that means I cap minus 2 J cap plus K cap plus B vector, that means minus 2 I cap plus 4 J cap plus 5 K cap plus C vector, that means I cap minus 6 J cap minus 7 K cap. So this is the property of vectors. If you are adding, like terms will be added. So I cap minus 2 I cap plus I cap, keep it in one bracket, then keep coefficients of J cap in one bracket. This is minus 2 J cap plus 4 J cap minus 6 J cap plus K cap plus 5 K cap minus 7 K cap. So this is I plus I, 2I minus 2I, that means 0 I cap. This is minus 2 J cap plus 4 J cap, that means 2 J cap minus 6 J cap, that means 4 J cap. This is 5 plus 1, 6 minus 7, that means minus K cap. So you have to attempt all the questions properly. This was question number 6. Now question number 7. Find the unit vector in the direction of the vector A vector I cap plus J cap plus 2 K cap. So this is, you have to find a unit vector for this. Unit vector, that means A cap. And what was the formula? Vector divided by its magnitude. That means I cap plus J cap plus 2 K cap divided by under root of I cap coefficient square, J cap coefficient square, K cap coefficient square. So this is I cap plus J cap plus 2 K cap divided by 1 plus 1 plus 4. That means I cap plus J cap plus 2 K cap upon root 6. Either you can leave it up to here or you can separate all the terms. That means 1 by root 6 I cap, 1 by root 6 J cap, 2 by root 6 K cap. Both the answers are correct. It is up to you that you want to solve up to which step. Next is question number 8. Find a unit vector in the direction of vector PQ where P and Q are points. So this is point P 1, 2, 3. Next is point Q 4, 5, 6. You have to find a unit vector for PQ. Unit vector for PQ will be vector upon its magnitude. So first of all, let us find PQ vector. PQ will be final minus initial. That means position vector of Q minus position vector of P. So in this way you will find PQ vector. Then you will just substitute the values over here, PQ vector. So now we are having the value for magnitude of A. So taking magnitude both sides. So this will be mod of A. Lambda is a scalar, its mod will be lambda. So mod of this vector will be 5 square plus minus 1 square plus 2 square. That means value of mod A is 8 equal to lambda under root of 25 plus 1 plus 4. That means 8 is equal to lambda root 30. which implies lambda is equal to 8 upon root 30. So this is the value of lambda. You have to substitute in equation 1. Therefore, from equation 1, we have a vector is equal to lambda, that means 8 upon root 30 into 5 I cap minus j cap plus 2 k cap. Either you can leave it up to here or you can open the brackets, 40 upon root 30 I cap minus 8 upon root 30 j cap plus 16 upon root 30 k cap. Okay, so next is question number 11. Next is question number 11th. Show that the vectors, let us suppose the first vector is a vector 2 I cap minus 3 j cap plus 4 k cap. Next is b vector minus 4 I cap plus 6 j cap minus 8 k cap. So what you have to do is you have to show that a vector and b vector are collinear. If you have to show that the vectors are collinear, that means you have to show one vector is a scalar multiple of other vector. So consider b vector, this is minus 4 I cap plus 6 j cap minus 8 k cap. On taking minus 2 common from this, we are left with 2 I cap minus 3 j cap plus 4 k cap. That means minus 2 a vector. So b vector is a scalar, minus 2 is a constant, multiple of a vector. So you have to write a line over here, since b vector is a scalar multiple of a vector, therefore a vector and b vector are collinear, right? Okay, next is question number 12. Find the direction cosines of the vector. A vector is given to you, I cap plus 2 j cap plus 3 k cap. So this is a vector. You have to find the direction cosines of this. Now I told you earlier that first of all the direction ratios are the coefficients of I cap, j cap and k cap. Now what you have to do is you have to find direction cosines. Yesterday I told you the formula. If you have to change or convert the direction ratios to cosine, you have to simply divide it by the magnitude. So magnitude is 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square. That means 2 upon 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square. 3 upon root 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square. So this is 1 upon under root of 1 plus 4 plus 9, 2 upon under root of 1 plus 4 plus 9, 3 upon under root of 1 plus 4 plus 9, that means 1 upon under root 14, 2 upon under root 14 and 3 upon under root of 14. Okay, next starting with question number 13th of exercise 10.2. 2 points are given A and B and we have to find the direction cosines of vector joining A and B. So first of all, if we are to find direction cosines, we have to find direction ratios. So direction ratios of AB. The formula for calculating is x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. That is minus 1, minus 1, minus 2, minus 2, 1 minus minus 3, that means plus 3. So this is minus 2, minus 4 and 4. These are the direction ratios. Now we have to find the direction cosines. And I told you earlier that if direction ratios are given, you have to find direction cosines. What you have to do is simply divide the ratios by the magnitude. That means minus 2 square plus minus 4 square plus 4 square. So again minus 4 upon under root of minus 2 square plus minus 4 square plus 4 square, comma 4 upon under root of the same term. You have to write it over here. I don't have space, so I'm just making it with arrow. So this is minus 2 upon under root of 2 square is 4, then 4 square is 16, 4 square is 16. That means minus 4 upon under root of 4 plus 16 plus 16. That is 4 upon under root of 4 plus 16 plus 16. So this is minus 2 upon 16 plus 16, 32 plus 4, 36. minus 4 upon root 36, 4 upon root 36, and root 36 is 6. That means minus 2 upon 6, minus 4 upon 6, 4 upon 6. So after simplifying, this will be minus 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, and plus 2 by 3. So next is question number 14. This is show that the vector, let us suppose the vector given is a vector I cap plus j cap plus k cap is equally inclined to ox, oy and oz. Equally inclined means, inclined word is derived from the word inclination. Inclination means angle. So we are to prove that the angle that is made with ox axis and oy axis and oz axis, all these angles are equal, and we know that the standard angle for ox is alpha, standard angle for y-axis is beta, and for z is gamma. That means we are to show that a equal to b equal to alpha equal to beta equal to gamma. So for this we need to find direction cosines. First of all, direction ratios. Given our direction ratios, coefficient of I cap, coefficient of j cap, coefficient of k cap. So this is 2j cap minus 2j cap, that means 0j cap. This is 2k cap plus k cap, that means 3k cap divided by minus 1. So negative can be adjusted in the numerator. This becomes 3i cap minus 3k cap. Okay. So sorry. This is 2 minus 1. So this is plus 1. Okay. Next is question number 16. Find the midpoint of the vector joining the points. We have a point P, 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 4k cap, and Q is 4i cap plus j cap minus 2k cap. Now midpoint formula was x coordinate plus x coordinate divided by 2. That means it was x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2, z1 plus z2 by 2. Similarly, relate x1 x2 with coefficient of I cap, coefficient of I cap. So midpoint, first of all let us suppose, let midpoint of PQ be r vector, first of all, right? Then r vector is equal to 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 4k cap plus 4i cap plus j cap minus 2k cap divided by 2, which implies r vector is 2i plus 4i. That means 6i cap, 3 plus 1, 4j cap, and 4 minus 2, 2k cap divided by 2. So this implies r vector is equal to 3i cap plus 2j cap plus k cap. So this is the required r vector. Now next is question number 17. Show that the points ABC with position vector A vector is 3i cap minus 4j cap minus 4k cap. B vector is 2i cap minus j cap plus k cap. C vector is I cap minus 3j cap minus 5k cap. So this is the point A, this is point B, this is point C. So as I have told you earlier when I explained the basic concepts of chapter number 10, if you are to prove that any triangle is a right angle triangle, its biggest property is to prove that Pythagoras theorem is valid. And in order to prove Pythagoras theorem, you need to find the distances of three sides. So first of all, you have to find AB vector, then you have to find BC vector, then you have to find CA vector. AB vector means B minus A, BC means C minus B, CA means A minus C. So after finding these position vectors, find the magnitudes of all, magnitude of AB, magnitude of BC, magnitude of CA. As we are finding magnitudes at the end, so if you find AC or CA, nothing matters, right? Now we have to find the direction cosines, and for finding direction cosines, simply divide it by magnitude of direction ratio. So this is going to be root 1 plus 1 plus 1. That means the direction cosines are 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3. So from here we conclude that since direction cosines are their notation is L equal to M equal to N. If L equal to M equal to N, that means cos alpha equal to cos beta equal to cos gamma. If cos is equal for alpha, beta, gamma, that means alpha, beta, gamma is same. So hence it is proved that the vector A vector is equally inclined to O axis, Y axis and Z axis. So next is question number 15. This is based on section formula that you have done in class 10th. Find the position vector of a point R which divides the line segment joining two points. So this is a line segment joining points P, Q divided by R in the ratio 2:1, and P is I cap plus 2 J cap minus K cap, and Q is minus I cap plus J cap plus K cap. So for this we have to find R, which will be equal to 2 multiply by minus I cap plus J cap plus K cap plus 1 multiplied by I cap plus 2 J cap minus K cap divided by sum of the ratio. So this is 2 plus 1. That means this is equal to minus 2 I cap plus I cap, that means minus I cap, 2 J cap plus 2 J cap, that means 4 J cap, and next is 2 K cap minus K cap, that means plus K cap divided by 3. So this is for the point if the point R is dividing internally, right? And in case the point is dividing externally, what you have to do is replace this positive sign by negative, replace this positive sign by negative. So this will be second part. If the point is dividing the line segment PQ externally, so it will be R is equal to 2 minus I cap plus J cap plus K cap. Simply change the sign over here, negative I cap plus 2 J cap minus K cap divided by 2 minus 1. That means minus 2 I cap plus 2 J cap plus 2 K cap minus I cap minus 2 J cap plus K cap divided by minus 1. So this is minus 2I minus I, that means minus 3I cap plus 2J plus 2J. So then you will find magnitudes of AB, BC and CA. One magnitude will come root 35, one will come root 6, one will come root 41. So when you will square all these magnitudes, you will get 35, 6 and 41. Clearly on adding these two you get 41. That means on adding 35 and 6 you get the result 41. So that means Pythagoras theorem is satisfied, because h square is equal to p square plus b square. That means this is these vertices are the vertices of right angle triangle. So this question is for homework, question number 17. Next is question number 18. The triangle is given to you and 4 options are given, and the question is, in triangle ABC given below, which of the following is not true? You have to check which is not true. So first of all, I have written triangle law, that is AB plus BC is equal to AC. Now if I mold this triangle law, that means AB plus BC, because somewhere we are having CA. So if I have to change AC into CA, that means it will become negative of CA. Also if I take this AC to the left hand side, this will become minus AC equal to 0, right? And if I take this CA to the left hand side, it will become AB plus BC plus CA equal to 0. So these are the equivalent forms. Now we'll check which is correct and which is not. The very first is AB plus BC plus CA. So this is the molded form of this term. That means this is true. So next is AB plus BC minus AC. Again this is the molded form. So this is also true. Next is AB plus BC minus CA. So if we are having CA at the left side, the sign before CA is positive, but here we are having negative. That means this is not true. But still, to clear your doubt, look at this D part. AB, we need CA at the left side. So CA at left side, sign is positive, and this is CB. And if we replace BC to CB, negative sign will come. That means this is also the equivalent condition for this. So these all are true except the C option. Next is question number 19, and this is A and B are two collinear vectors, then which of the following is incorrect? Now if A and B are collinear vectors, that means one vector is a scalar multiple of other. So the very first option is B vector is equal to lambda A vector. Again, if A and B are collinear, that means it may be A is a scalar multiple of B or B scalar multiple of A. So first option is true. Second option is A is equal to plus minus B. Again, this plus minus means plus 1 or minus 1. So plus 1 minus 1 both are scalars. That means this is also true. Third option is the respective components of A and B are proportional. Proportional, we have done a property. In case the vectors are collinear, the very first result is one vector is a scalar multiple of other. The other result is that the vector ratios are proportional. That means A1 over A2 equal to B1 over B2 equal to C1 over C2. So this result is also true. So it is understood that fourth option is going to be incorrect. Fourth option is both the vectors A and B have same directions but different magnitude. But in case the vectors are collinear, it is only given that one vector is scalar multiple of other. It does not mean that the direction, it does not mean that they are going to have different magnitude. So that means magnitudes of the collinear vectors, it may be equal, it may not be equal. So this condition is not true. Hence this is the option D or option 4th which is incorrect. So this is all with exercise 10.2.